Yeah, the home run, just trying to get something up out of their plate. They're throwing a lot of sliders down the zone, working that fastball down the zone, and, this whole series, been trying to wait and be patient and get one, up in the zone I can do some damage on, and was able to do that. And then the double, Giles with the arm he has, up to 100 miles an hour plus, and great slider. I got to stay on the heater, so I was looking for a heater up out of their zone, and but then once he gets to 2 strikes, it's time to battle. Just put something in play and just try to get a job done.
Other questions for Aaron? Over here, Alex.
Aaron, after the 7th inning stretch, you just fell behind 4-0. You hit the home run. What do you think changed emotionally from that?
I don't know. With our offense, we're never out of a ball game. We've been in that situation before where we've been down a couple of runs and down 2, 3, 4 runs. It really doesn't matter with our team. We're going to keep fighting. Keep putting out quality at bats, and that's what we did. We got down, but we were able to string a couple of quality at bats in a row there and get a job done.
In the 3rd row, Aaron.
Aaron, can you walk us through the situation in the 4th where you almost got doubled off and then took off for second there before the appeal play?
Yeah, when I stole, and then once Gary hit it in the air, I didn't know if it was going to drop or not, so I was kind of out in no man's land. And running back to first base, I didn't touch second base, so I was safe at first, but they were going to peel right after that and call me out at second base. So, I was going to be out no matter what. Why not try to, if they make a play on me there at second base, then they can't appeal the previous play. So if I slide in there safe and they try to tag me, then they can't appeal the previous play. So that's the only option I had. So.
To your right, Aaron. Ian?
Aaron, as you were going through the system, I'm sure you had dreams of hitting big October home runs here. Now that you've done it, how does the reality of doing it compare to the dream?
It's pretty surreal, to be honest. I really haven't reflected on tonight's game yet. But as a kid, I've been in that situation in my head 1,000 times. Through the minor leagues, all your daily batting practice, your cage work, I'm putting myself in that situation. Game's on the line, big-time situation, go out there and get the job done, So I've been in that situation 1,000 times, but the dream's not the same as the reality. That being out there with that crowd and that atmosphere, and it was unbelievable.
To your right, Aaron. Mark?
Aaron, 2 things. On that play in the 4th, did somebody on the bench tell you to take off there, or you just knew that that was what was happening and you figured you would just try it?
No, coaching staff kind of gave me a heads up. So I said, all right, let's go. Got to try something.
And you've seen an inordinate number of breaking balls in the postseason, even compared to what you saw in the regular season. How tough has it been to make those adjustments, and do you feel like you've done what you need to do to try to make those necessary adjustments?
I've been feeling good the whole postseason. It's just I'm not swinging at the right breaking balls. You never hit a good one. That's the thing I've learned, is you never hit a good slider or a good curveball. You just try to go after those mistakes, and tonight I was able to get a couple of mistakes and do some damage with them.
Joe in the 1st row.
Aaron, after Gary's double, can you describe the dugout? I mean, now not only have you come back, but now you're winning this game that it looked lost just a few minutes ago.
It's tough to describe, to be honest. That ballpark's alive. It was unbelievable. That stadium was rocking. The fans were going crazy. I didn't know what to do after I touched home plate, and it was I can't describe it. That's why we play this game, for a moment like that. Gary came up in a big-time situation, did his job, and it's just I just think about all the hard work those guys put in. I've been growing up with Stancy for a couple years for the minor leagues, and I've been with them through the good times and the bad times, and to see him come up big in a situation like that, it's incredible. It's always about having that one moment in the game. No matter what you did your previous at-bats, if you made an error out in the field in the previous innings, it's about just having that one moment, and Gary was able to do that.
Can you guys even hear yourselves down there when the crowd is going like that?
No, you can't hear anything. You're trying to talk to the person next to you, but it's deafening. It's crazy.
On the 3rd row on your right, and then we'll do Bruce.
Can you try to describe the contrast between where you were mid to late March, the uncertainty of whether you were going to make the club, to now, And how do you think this ride has changed you?
Yeah, in mid-March, there was a lot of unknowns. You know, there was talks of you're going to go back to AAA. You know, you're not going to be the starting right fielder, or we're going to platoon you and some other outfielders. You know, there was a lot of unknown, but you know, I knew what I was capable of, and I wanted to go out there and prove it. You know, making the decision of where I'm going to go is out of my hands, but that doesn't mean I can't put in the work and, you know, make the decision on them tough. You know, so. Just this whole year has been a grind, you know, the ups and the downs. You know, it's baseball, it's life. That's what you live for. That's what I play for, you know. At a certain extent, you know, I kind of enjoy failure. You know, it's just, it's part of the game, you know. There's always room to grow, always room to improve, you know. So it's been a fun ride, and it's my first year. It's still pretty crazy. So, yeah, I've enjoyed it all.
To your right, Aaron. Bruce.
Aaron, what is it about this team's resilience, its ability to come back?
Yeah, it's crazy. We've been doing that all year. You know, there's been quite a few games where we've gotten down 4-0, 3-0 early, and for some reason this team just doesn't change their attitude. It's just like, okay, like time to go to work. And sometimes I feel like we like playing with our backs against the wall. It's kind of crazy, but like I've said before, man, we're just a team that goes out there and fights and keeps fighting until it's the last out. So.
In the second row, Aaron.
Aaron, with Gary's sac fly and the double, he hit them both very hard. Is it safe to say that his bat is awake now? And did you see anything maybe in his preparation or his other at-bats that gave you the sign that he was maybe waking up a little bit?
Yeah, Gary's been getting pitched tough this whole series in the postseason, you know, and you know, he's been battling. He's been in the cages early doing his work, you know, getting prepared the right way. And you know, sometimes it won't show up in the first game or the second game, but sometimes it shows up here in the ALCS in a big-time situation like that. So for Gary, man, he's just, nothing changes with him. His attitude's never changed. You know, 0 for 4, 4 for 4. He's always the same guy. So it's, yeah, it's just, he came up in a big situation for us.